this on?
Yeah. Yeah, we're live. Okay.
We're not.
We are. It's showing here. Okay, Ali.
Okay, welcome back everybody. We are now live again, hopefully. And we have got Joshua Freeth and Mohamed Nasr from Egypt. And it's 3-0 to Mohamed.
New Zealand is just where whatever they like.
Go Josh, says Levy. Okay, Mohamed has just played red in, I believe. Yeah, that's good position. And black's come in, another good position. I think, I mean, you know, yellow looks like it's taking up for the clearance.
It's going to be a big hit. Ready. Camera one. Set up.
Bang, but missed. Now you see, if he'd have taken position there, I just feel that would have been the more sensible option. Because you know you've got two balls into the hoop, you're more in control. It puts the pressure back on Josh to get this clearance from the boundary. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe. So this is Josh shooting at red from the boundary with blue, and he misses. Oh dear. Come on, Josh. Come on. Hey Teresa, I would really like to show some of your Spanish guys over here. And oh my word, sorry, he hit the ball so hard. The spectator was able to give it back over the fence. Wow. Okay, well, you sure went through that hoop. Anyway, sorry. So Teresa, yes, we would really like to show players from all the countries. We're just a little bit limited onto what lawns we can show you. So we sort of have to try and get a bit lucky to see if we can get some Spanish on the lawns that are next to where we're set up. But I'll do my best for you as the day moves forward. Hey Jenny, how you doing? Yeah, tough first match for Josh, but you know he's gonna do all right. I got faith. It's gonna be good.
Set up a selfie cam so that if you want.
A selfie cam.
Yeah, so here you can just switch to see selfie cam.
Oh,
if we want.
oh,
It's on
let's not do
C2,
that.
but it's sometimes people like to do this. But
Okay, I don't
so
know how to do
this
this.
is this is just on studio mode. You can see what it's going to look like before you switch to it.
Okay, I've got way too much stuff to think about already. That's-
Shall I mute you back in? You've got this
um,
now.
yeah, thanks. Can you bring it for me so that I can read them as well?
Sorry, I didn't just realise it was the other way around. You were actually unmuted. We just muted the wrong way around.
Okay.
The Facebook, I don't think we're live at the moment, but I think let's have a look
Oh, we're not live at the moment on
on
Facebook.
Facebook. So,
Oh,
because maybe it stopped streaming by
oh.
itself. So
Can we make ourselves live?
let me try that now. So let's have a look. So you're still live, but we're talking live anyway.
Oh, Mohamed just going for some water there. Good for him. Keep hydrated. Score is now 4-1 to Mohamed. Josh has scored a hoop. That would be hoop 5. So they're contesting hoop 6. We're just trying to do a bit more streaming to Facebook at the moment. And Facebook streaming does make it really nice and easy to share with people. So please do share when it comes live. Introduce some friends on Facebook to the world of croquet. Toby Savage shooting more balls at me. And that was a clearance from Josh. He didn't centre ball it, which was a shame. He would have wanted that, but never mind. I think blue is wired from yellow here. So blue's going to have to really just go in and take position. It's sort of all that it can do. It has done. Ah, we are live on Facebook, guys. So if you want to join us on Facebook, it's good to be able to share the link and share the video. Invite some non-croquet player friends, maybe, and maybe a little bit later I'll attempt to explain the game from a non-croquet player's point of view, perhaps. Oh, thanks, Jenny. Thanks for your nice comments. Sorry, I had Eugene's head in my way for a little bit, but he's left me back to the laptops now. Michael, we will try and find your Swede. Oh, excuse me. Shot. Sorry, guys, had to be quiet because Toby was right behind me, taking a clearance shot at hoop 7 there. So I needed to just be a bit quiet there. Anyway, so yes, I will try and see if we can get some action. Um, the Swede called Joy? Joy. I'm never going to get these names right, am I? Sorry, I'll keep trying, I promise. Okay. Oh, Toby, James. Oh, it's loving the support for Josh here. That's great. Come on, Josh. If someone wouldn't mind sharing the link on Facebook for me, it's really important because um, I'm kind of hoping that our Kevin will be able to watch his son. Kevin is Josh's dad.
Where? Live. I've got the other camera on as well. Okay. What's it currently pointing at? 6 and 1 back. Okay, cool.
Right, what's going on here? Still contesting hoop 6 here. No, they've done hoop 6. Oh, so the score hasn't been updated. Would you mind? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So that's 5-1 to Mohamed there. Now coming up for hoop 7. Chris Farthing, nice to have you on board. I can't believe Josh would do any such swearing business. No croquet players swear, do they? All very calm. Yeah, I think, yeah, Mohammed's just. Ooh, that was quite a powerful shot. Um, Mohammed is taking a shot, so he was essentially trying to clear black to a long, long way away, and what happened was black bounced off red, ended up by the boundary.
So 16 matches to start today.
Interestingly, though, Josh runs this hoop. Red's legal and close to hoop 8, so in great positions to now take control of hoop 8 as well. So well done, Josh. Though that's another hoop for you. So that's 5-2 to Josh. Yeah, red's on side. Oh, maybe it's not. Is it not? If it's come off another ball. Hang on, hang on, hang on. If red has come off another ball, it is on side. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but if they weren't saving it, that's fine. Well, you have to save it. Because you can then make changes.
Thanks, Jenny. Yeah, it's it's okay. Very soon, hopefully, we'll have some qualified GC commentators for you, so I can go back to doing proper colour, as they call it. Eugene's back on the roof, and that's what all the squeaking's about, by the way. If you can hear some squeaking above my head. Josh, I actually think he was shooting at red there through to go through the hoop, but red, it hit the hoop. Red's now running, so sorry, folks. Slight technical issues with someone's pushed a button.
Yeah,
Oopsie
click on
daisy.
the white. Yeah. Oh,
Jenny, thanks for your support.
yeah.
You're too kind to me.
Yeah.
Right, so we're all off to hoop
It's the top
six,
line in
seven,
this
eight,
box.
nine. To hoop nine.
Really kind of thing.
I just have to keep the counting. That's all.
Command tab. Command tab.
Black's first into hoop nine, and black has taken a reasonably good position there, I think. Yellow plays in.
On camera one, yeah.
Yeah, yellow doing a nice job. It's gone further south
So just
than black, so there wasn't any point in blue doing anything other than taking position there.
yeah, sounds good. Harry's good for game two.
No, that's fine. Leave it. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if we can sort the other microphone out. Hang on a minute. Hopefully, chaps, you can hear me now. I've just switched microphone, and we are lucky. We are lucky to have Harry here with us. So you're finally going to get somebody who actually knows what they're talking about. So Harry, unfortunately, because he wasn't quite so lucky, is now in the commentary box and not on the lawn. Sorry. So yeah, if you can turn on Harry's mic, and he can join us.
Right. So, very nice hoop from Joshua, and he's run that to just north of 10, which is not too bad because it gives him position to clear red south. So red will be looking to take wide position here. I can't quite see from this angle whether he's managed to achieve that. So that looks quite an angled black. ideally, depending on whether blue can see red, black wants to be in hoop running position and blue wants to send red south. I think they're just checking out whether it is wide and so whether blue can potentially move red. I would, so he'll be looking to clip this aside to send it as far south as he can. That's a good shot, he's hit it on the right direction. Could have potentially got a slightly better connection to send it a bit further, but it's round about somewhere near hoop 5. Now, as it's 6-3 here, I think the shot will be a hoop run as opposed to
this
trying
is
to clear
shooting
back.
directly at me. Ooh.
So this is to take game 1. No, he's gone for black.
God.
Almost got the in off, but went quite high.
You would not want to be on the end of one of those balls flying around.
Certainly not. So here, Josh will be looking to centre ball yellow, keeping his ball close to hoop 10.
I'm being asked if Efibo is playing. Can someone tell me who that might be?
Joy Elevo. The Swede.
Ah, Joy. Joy. Okay.
So
We're not
just
sure
takes good
actually.
hoop running
Could be on
position.
one of the back
Black
lawns.
wasn't able to stay around too much, so Josh will have to decide whether he wants to clear now or later with black. Just trying to see where is red. I think he'll probably choose to clear now, because if he doesn't, red could potentially put black even further away. He's just taken position.
So that's position wired from red, okay? But surely when
So
black
red will
hits.
try and get the block. It's slightly overhit. So the slight issue now is, well, Josh has a shot at yellow with where blue is. He'll want to clip it, otherwise he's in danger of doing a double takeout.
Yeah, and take out himself.
Correct. It's a good shot, but unfortunately does take out blue, which is why ideally blue would have been perhaps a little bit deeper to give himself that room for the clearance.
So now yellow's going to play in, okay? And so does yellow try and get that block between blue and red?
Yellow will try and to get into hoop running position that also blocks the shot blue from red. In this case, he's in hoop running position but hasn't got the block, so it's one of the two goals he was going for.
Come on, Josh. This is the one.
That's
Gotcha.
a nice connection with red, and he's stayed around. So a really good clearance there.
That's a nice pace then, isn't it?
Yeah,
to keep control of the hoop.
That's something you've got to decide when you're taking on a clearance, is how hard you're going to hit it. If you're feeling confident you're going to send the ball, you can afford to hit a bit harder, but another way of staying around is just to clear the ball with less pace. So again, red puts itself in trying to get blocking position, but doesn't quite manage. Still in hoop running position, so putting the pressure on Josh.
Got to clear yellow then.
Yeah.
That's it. Good. Keep those clearances coming. That's good.
So now blue potentially can run the hoop, but it's a long way away. Yellow has a choice of either taking position or going for the clearance. It looks very much like it's going for the clearance. It does, but it misses and ends up towards corner 4. Josh has decided to clear red, which is in a much closer hoop running position than blue.
Is that what you would do? Clear?
I think at this stage I would be wanting to centre ball this, which he
Okay.
does nicely.
So, I mean, red takes what, deep position now?
Red has to take really quite deep position or go to a wide point. So it's chosen to take the wide point, but I don't think it's managed. So
He
blue,
stepped up to that quick, didn't
that
he?
was a very, very casual looking shot. So blue, black will want to be getting good hoop running position with the expectation that blue will be able to clear red next turn. Next turn it has to play.
This
In an
is
ideal
good.
scenario, black would not only be in good hoop running position, but would also be covering the hoop so that yellow just can't run the hoop from where it is. This potentially could be a double target. Ah, that's a
No,
very
he's just
interesting shot.
rolling in.
I was expecting a clearance of some sort there.
Come on, Josh, you're wearing him
I
down.
think
This
this is
is
a
good.
good opportunity to send red to the far boundary, potentially getting blue over to hoop 11. Makes some contact.
Shots!
That's an excellent shot. Blue is now sitting in front of hoop 11, albeit a few yards behind. Red is on the west boundary, and so this clearance is needed in order to keep red and yellow in the contention for hoop 10, but also potentially to stop them from getting an easy hoop 11.
He got the blue one.
Mohamed chooses to clear blue. Was it blocking? I couldn't see from that angle, so that was an even better shot from Josh if he managed to get the block as well. So a relatively straightforward hoop 10 should make this 6-4.
Oh.
Commentator's curse, I will not do that anymore. Yellow with a chance to jump for the match and asking for the referee to hammer down the hoop.
Oh no. The problem was he just needed to smoothly run that 3. You know? He would have got that so many times.
Absolutely.
You know, it's probably a,
There's a lot of
9 out of 10 shot, isn't it?
yeah. There's
But of course, under this
these are the kind
pressure.
of shots that are very, very easy in practice, but when you're in a big match, sometimes the nerves can mess with your swing.
Ooh.
And that is absolutely flown through by Mohamed to take game 1, 7-3.
Oh, I'm so glad I'm in a box. I really am. Well, yeah, well, it's dangerous. So Joel, the cameraman's saying, yeah, it's fine to be in a box until the ball comes flying up and through a window. That wouldn't be great, obviously. Now, while they're setting up, Harry, most important question of all, have you bought your barbecue ticket?
Barbecue. I thought the barbecue was last night.
Oh, no, today we have another
There's a
barbecue.
second barbecue.
Yes.
Oh, leftover barbecue.
We're being spoiled today by
Absolutely.
Southwick.
It's definitely more like barbecue weather today as well, so I will definitely be trying to get some barbecue later.
It's gone 6-all game 3 in Toby Savage versus Spanish guy.
Toby Savage against whom, sorry?
Manuel Aberesala.
So
Manuel.
we have behind us Toby Savage playing Manuel Alvezar.
Ooh.
Sorry, that was poor health and safety.
Yep.
Well, that's a broken chair.
Yep, and my chair has just broken. That's okay. So we're hoop 13 in the decider.
I apologise.
So Manuel took game 1, Toby game 2, and we're now 6-all in game 3. Toby with a very good first yellow, which Manuel has failed to clear.
Jenny, there is no way that I am going up on the roof of this thing. Not in a million years. But fairly good suggestion. It might be safer up there. Although saying that, with these guys, some of them are playing, it's a nightmare. Their shots are so heavy.
Red's also in good position, so I'd say Toby is strong favourite now. Really need a clearance here. Ideally clipping the ball to the side so that there's no hoop shot. One of the problems is even if you were to clear yellow here, if you clear it straight on, it just ends up on the boundary. Potentially Toby runs it from the boundary. That is wrong, isn't it? So, big shot. Just stay in the match. He looks like he likes it. And he's hit it very well.
He's got it. That was a good shot.
As I say, he's got it off the boundary. So it's a much longer shot. However, Toby can potentially run this hoop to win the match.
This one's going to need a. This is going to need a walk up. Got it.
Definitely. So
yeah. Oh
his
no.
other option is to block blue, so blue doesn't have a shot, which is what he's opted to do, being so close together.
Oh, ref needed.
Manuel wants a referee. So I think he's got the complete block, which means that red will have the shorter shot. So a smart option by Toby there.
Sorry, what does this mean?
Giving himself the shorter shot. So I think what Manuel's asking about is that blue wasn't in position when Toby hit yellow into the sort of blocking position.
Right.
But my understanding is that the ball isn't actually technically on the lawn when it goes off, so you are allowed to roll it off like Toby did. So I'm not great on GC laws.
Right, hang on. So Toby nudged it.
No. So yellow was hit off the lawn, blue's already off the lawn, and Toby has chosen to put his ball into a position
in front of blue.
In front of blue. I think what's been discussed is at the time blue wasn't in position; it was rolled, in line, but not actually on the lawn.
Oh.
So now Toby's put the ball back onto the lawn.
Yeah. Where it should be.
Where it should be, but makes the position even stronger because blue has absolutely no shot at hoop or ball or anything.
And it's not like association croquet where you can move the ball around the other ball because it's touching.
Unfortunately not. No.
Oh.
No.
But that would be good.
If the balls are touching, then he can play a croquet stroke, but it's a pretty difficult croquet stroke that gets rid of red, which is what he'd have to do.
Yeah, I'm not sure the angle works.
Or runs the hoop. Well, I say it would have to be some sort of roll, and blue would have to move it because there's no way yellow's going to move it, but I don't think they're in contact.
Jenny says you are right, Harry.
I'm right. Oh, there you go. I do know. I
He is our expert
must have picked up the
after
rules
all.
at some point.
Hurrah!
So well, the referees do seem to have now moved things. I imagine what they want to do is make sure they get the exact position of blue.
Joy is playing Mulliner in the background. Okay, so I can see the scoreboard for that game, which is 4-2.
So Stephen is
4-2 to Mulliner.
Stephen is 4-2 up in that game. No. No.
How do you know where it's supposed to go if it's not?
Because you mark it. Right, so as far as I can tell, the referees have put the balls back essentially where they were, or maybe made sure blue's in exactly the right position. To be honest, at this stage, it looks like he has some kind of
It's a
shot.
croquet stroke.
It is a croquet stroke, so he will try and put blue maybe somewhere near the hoop
It's not
or go hard.
Not just any croquet stroke. It's a roll shot.
Yeah, I think potentially that was trying to do too much, and he could have put a bit more pressure on Toby by putting blue somewhere towards the hoop.
Yeah, in a sensible position.
I think. Well,
so now basically
Toby has a 4 yard, call it 4 yard
4
hoop
yards
for the match.
Yeah.
There is still some pressure on this, obviously, because black is waiting to take advantage of any mistake.
So this is for the match, Toby, to go through to the next round.
Excellent shot.
Yeah, I think that went through.
Definitely. Well done, Toby.
Well done, Toby.
Right, so if we return to Joshua versus Mohamed, they have started game 2, and the score is currently 1-0 to Mohamed. 1-0 to Freeth. Sorry, okay, I didn't see the clip. So why is it 1-0 Joshua? Is Josh not using clips?
Emil, so the score over there with Joy is 5-2 to Stephen.
Right, so cameraman Joel Taylor and myself having a discussion about what we think the score is.
Well, the scoreboard says 1-0. Eugene told me when Josh ran it, 1 when he ran it. What hoops are you pointing at, Eugene, up there?
So the score is saying 1-0 down there, aren't they?
Yeah.
So he's just
score is 1-1 to for Josh and Mohamed.
Right.
Okay, hang on. Right, go for it.
Is that on or off?
Right, so it is 1-1. Sorry for the confusion.
No, Joy game is still going. 5-2 to Mulliner at the moment.
So black was trying to clear yellow there, trying to clip it sort of caught a ball to send yellow as far away as possible, but unfortunately has missed yellow. So yellow will now clear blue, again trying to catch quarter ball to try and send it as near to corner 4 as possible. And that's a great connection, and blue does indeed end up on south boundary.
Do you know, I'm really impressed with the amount of spectators that are around.
Yes, there's been great support all week.
For
Yeah,
everybody.
absolutely.
It's really nice to see.
And I think at the weekend we're going to have even more, because last weekend it was very busy here when I was playing it on the Sunday.
Yeah. Well, I think there's been quite a lot of publicity about the event. I think, to be honest, we've got to have a shout out for Simon Carter and his team, his PR team, have done a really good job of promoting the event and supporting the event. So we thank all of our supporters and sponsors
Yeah.
that we have here.
No, I think the Southwick site in particular looks very professionally done with the advertising boards and netting all around. So Mohamed now with a chance to run hoop 3 down to hoop 4. He takes quite a lot of wire, which slows it down, but he's such a hard hitter that will still go beyond hoop 4. 2-1. Josh will be looking to take position in front of hoop 4, which is wide from red by hoop 4. And I think unfortunately that's just hilled a bit to the left, so that red has a sight of black and can potentially clear it next time it plays. As a result, yellow will try and play to tight hoop running position, making sure not to be in the way of red's clearance on black. And I think that is just short enough that there is still a shot red on black, but it's obviously not ideal that he has potentially got in the way of his own clearance. Josh now plays in blue, which is looking a little bit heavy. However,
Yeah,
it's a very good line, and I think he's shored up the block, so good shot. So the big advantage of being a hard hitter is if you only clip the ball, it'll still send it a very long way away. I think potentially this is what the shot is just trying to clip black and hit it so hard it goes a long way away. Unfortunately, that one does not hit. The obvious downside to that tactic is that when you do clip a ball very hard, your ball also goes a long, long way from the hoop. So Josh will ignore yellow and go for the hoop.
I've got a spider come to join my microphone.
And again, just slightly less smooth swing than normal, and unfortunately he's failed that hoop. I can update viewers that Richard Bilton is currently 6-3 up in his decider, so looking good for another English qualifier. He would play Duncan Dixon, who completely outplayed me earlier. Yellow fails the hoop. Blue takes tight position, blocking red's hoop shot. So red just rolls in. Black will now clear yellow as far as possible and potentially can get into a position so it's near hoop 5. That's an excellent shot. He's cut it a bit too much, so he's not on the hoop running side of hoop 5 with black, it's more towards the peg. So yellow with big clearance stay in this hoop, and it just misses, and that's through the stop boards and across the next lawn. So this should make it 2-all. And red with first approach to hoop 5. Josh will check to see if black has a clearance. And elects to play that into hoop running position. The idea being that blue will try and clear red. Yellow opting to try and get into hoop running position. I'd imagine that was trying to be in such a position that it blocked black's shot at the hoop, but unfortunately he's overhit it. So it looks like yellow's not actually in a very good position at all. So a big shot now. If he gets a good clearance on red, he'll be in command of this hoop.
Come on, Josh, you got this one. Nice and smooth.
And
Good.
it's an excellent centre ball clearance, sending red to about the penalty spot, and blues about peg high, which will be advantageous if red were to miss the return clearance. So red plays into position, but I don't think it's good enough, and black should be able to run the hoop. Excellent hoop, and he sent that down just past hoop 6. So 3-2 to Joshua Freeth. Yellow has played down into a position where I think it's tried to get wired from black. Just checking that out. We don't necessarily have the angle to tell at this stage whether yellow is indeed wired.
I don't think it is.
I suspect not. Red has a problem here that it's got the hoop in the way. So if blue can get into a good tight hoop running position here, Josh has the chance to really take control of this hoop.
Just don't block the shot at yellow.
Absolutely. Now that looks like it's run a little bit far compared to where he wanted that to go, but it should be okay.
It's still open on yellow though, I think.
That's an excellent red.
Ooh, yeah.
I don't know if he's got the block, but it's certainly in very good hoop running position.
It's certainly putting the pressure on, isn't it?
Absolutely. So if he can see yellow, he'll be trying to clear yellow. If not, I think there is an argument for clearing red. And looking at that clearance, it was apparent that red was blocking the clearance on yellow. Yellow now with the opportunity to stop blue away and stay in front of the hoop.
No, this is a hoop.
Ah,
He's going for the hoop.
if the hoop is open, then that's a better chance.
Ooh.
And
Oops.
it is too angled and is rejected. Yeah, so now this time I think Josh will do the stop shot as opposed to the hoop. And he stops that
Oh,
dead.
lovely.
Great shot.
Yeah.
Of course, yellow hasn't gone too far, but he's got himself right in front of the hoop with blue. So red now may have an in-off, would be the only issue here. So there's a shot where red can hit blue and get the hoop. However,
Miss.
he's missed everything.
Black will be playing the block, won't it?
I would actually imagine that black will take position. I think
Oh,
the
really?
problem with the block is that if you miss it,
Yeah.
you haven't got anywhere.
Okay.
Whereas here he's got two balls in front of the hoop, so
Full
Mohamed
control.
will have to keep clearing if he wants to stay in this hoop. And actually he's missed a very short clearance.
He won't be happy with that.
No. In fact, as red is offside and yellow's already towards the penalty spot, he'll have a long approach to hoop 7.
With both balls. Oh.
So 4-2 to Josh.
Well done, Josh. That's it. I think he can feel the support coming from the Kiwis. That's what it is. You're channeling your support there. Stephen versus Joy. Quick update. Stephen is 6-3 up in this first game.
So red has taken very good position.
Felix is channeling. And so you should. Brilliant.
And the second ball in is short, so Josh has a chance to clear red. Which he does excellently,
Good. Oh,
almost getting the in off. He'll be hoping that blue hasn't actually got in the way of the hoop so that black still has a hoop run, which I think it probably does from this angle. I'm a big fan of going 5-2 up. I always feel at that stage I'm in control of the game.
really?
Yeah. If
I'll
you're ahead
remember
by
that.
2 hoops, it's very easy for, particularly on odd hoops to run 2. So going from 4-2 to 4-all to 6-4, 6-all to 13 happens quite a lot. But
Okay.
if you've got a 3 hoop advantage, that's when you usually start to feel like things might be going your way.
And you're feeling strong.
Particularly if red misses like that. So Josh with a good chance now to run this hoop. The way he's looking at it suggests to me that actually blue is in the way of the hoop. That's a shame.
Oh, Mohamed is not looking happy. Keeps missing those clearances. Oh, I think Josh is playing a good, strong game here. This is nice.
So he'll want to centre ball this to make sure that black hangs around.
Not like that then.
Which he doesn't manage.
That's a pity.
I would say there's a good opportunity for Mohamed now to take control of hoop 7.
Stephen and Joy are about to head into their second game. Stephen won the first. Scoreboard says 7-3. So that's Stephen won the first
So my
7-3.
angle was totally rubbish, and blue ran the hoop, which
Oh,
explains a lot more what was going on. So Josh was trying to get black down to somewhere near hoop 8. So my apologies. That was very well played. So
so he wanted to hit it on the
he
side to
wanted to
get
hit it on the
himself
side to
further
get
down.
himself further down. So it's actually nearer hoop 9 than hoop 8, but it's certainly a good effort. So he will be putting in a ball here in that 5-2 up position. That's looked a little bit. Oh, that's actually reasonable. I think he still couldn't run the hoop from there. So yellow coming in, taking a nice tight hoop running position. And now Josh will, depending on exactly what his target looks like, have the option of going for red or the hoop. Sometimes you end up with a double, which can be tempting to aim at. But I think ideally he'll just want to centre ball red. That's unfortunate. He's just clipped red, which probably leaves it in hoop running position. Or do we think yellow might be in the way, Alison?
It does look like it's in the way. Yeah.
That being the case,
Yeah. So clearing it.
Now I don't much like that clearance because red is
I don't
now
like
not in
it.
hoop running position. I think he should have taken a bit more time over that, and he could have cleared black while leaving red in hoop running position.
Well, body language says Mohamed is not a happy bunny right now.
He's
not. No, he's not enjoying
I
it.
would say from the body language he's thinking about winning game 3 at this stage. And
Good
Josh
shot,
is
Josh.
definitely starting to relax and swing really well now.
Yeah.
Centre balling another one.
He's feeling this.
Absolutely.
Huh?
And that's so important in the best of 3 game to, even if, the game might be done, you want to keep your momentum and feel like you're swinging well, so when you go into the next match, you'll be okay.
Oh, Jose's swinging his hips towards me. My word. I don't know. Jose's just said, "Is Dave listening?" Dave is my husband.
So Jose Riva has just won 7-5, 7-5, and is looking rather pleased with himself. Another result for you. Richard Bilton has won his decider 7-4, so he will now play Duncan.
Okay.
Another great clearance from Josh. He's certainly playing a lot better than he was at the start of this match. Unfortunately, Mulliner's playing on a very far lawn where we can't sensibly get a good camera angle, so we're going to stay with the action here for now. We can tell
This is
we can tell you that
second
in
game.
game 2 it's currently 1-1.
So yeah, Stephen and Joy 1-1 in game 2. Stephen won the first. So over here, it looks like red's wide from black.
Well,
red's going to run the hoop, surely.
More importantly, yes, it's blue to clear.
Unless blue's going to clear
Blue to
from
clear.
east boundary to hoop 8. Eek.
Oh,
Josh. Oh.
Nice connection.
Boy's on fire. Oh, my sister's joined on Facebook. Hey, Sam. Just a little shout out to my sister, my fabulous big sister.
That's an interesting shot there from Mohamed. He's chosen to clear blue. So I think Josh will be trying to take position at hoop 8 if he can get wide from red. There is a very small spot which should be able to do that. Oh, and unfortunately he's just hit the hoop trying to get that spot. So he's now too far to the left-hand side of the hoop, I think, to have a sensible go at it. Yellow will take position and hope to clear black with red. So yellow's got okay position. I think that could have probably been a bit closer to the hoop. I think Josh is going to choose to clear yellow now because he'll be aware that in a moment black is very likely to be a long way away. And he does clear it yet again. Great shooting. Red elects to take wide position from black. Just checking out whether he has got that wire or not.
My niece is watching as well.
And Josh takes wide position from red. So we have 2 balls to the side. And yellow playing in now.
Sorry, they're taking too long on the hoop. I'm more excited about my family watching. Say hi to Paige. Say hi, Paige.
Hi, Paige.
There you go. Say hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam. Right, so blue is also electing to play in. Very deep position. Red obviously feels that it can get something at black. And it's got good connection, actually. I'm a little bit surprised that blue didn't elect to clear if black was that open.
Yeah,
But
but
anyway,
it's
he's
fine.
shooting so well, he can just
Yeah,
clear
just clear
yellow
it.
this time.
Yeah, no problem. No problem at all. Oh, multi. Unfortunately, we can't show the Mulliner Joy game. It's just a bit too far away. So we're on lawns.
Yeah, so
Between lawns 1 to
Southwick's quite a big
6.
venue. We've got 11 lawns here, very laid out in sort of groups of 3.
4x3.
So it's a 4x3 grid, and where we are, Mulliner and Joy on basically the furthest away lawn, so we couldn't sensibly film that.
Really sorry though. I would if I could. I promise.
So in the game at hand, it's currently 5-3.
Oh, got one.
Guy one.
Hmm.
Nice. Eugene has just given me a lunch ticket to make up for being so terrible at croquet. Not quite the language he used.
Specifically at GC.
Stephen Joy is still 1-1, by the way. 1-1 in game 2.
So Mohamed has elected to clear black there, but I believe that has left the hoop open for blue. Josh would do well to just ignore red and run this hoop
Nice and
smoothly.
smoothly this time.
These
Come
hoops
on. Channel
do
the smooth.
reward good smooth hoop strokes.
Channel the smooth. Nice, and breathe out.
And he's got into the jaws.
That's an easy jump though.
It is a relatively easy jump, but these things can and do go wrong. So, not an absolutely terrible result. Quite an important jump here because if he can run this well, 5-4 is certainly a more promising position than 6-3. Certainly looked like he'd given up 5 minutes ago, but seems interested in this shot. And he hits that into the crown of the hoop. It comes down and doesn't knock blue through.
How did that not go through?
I think he just it just hit the top of the hoop straight away.
And just came straight down?
Yeah, too much height.
Wow.
These lawns are relatively firm. It's quite easy to get height on them.
You did say stuff can go wrong.
Absolutely. Right, so yellow obviously feels there is some sort of clearance on blue here. And
wow. He cleared it through the
clears
hoop.
it through the hoop, which is of course the danger with that choice of shot. So Josh leads 6-3 and has first approach to the 10th hoop. I think he's hit that a little bit hard, but it's perfect in terms of direction and ends up in the jaws
Look at
of
that.
hoop 10.
Well, that's rather handy.
You know, that's why you aim it straight.
Yep, that was
Red's rather speculative jump shot does not get anywhere near the hoop, and I think we can safely say we're going to game 3 in this one.
Good Josh, good Josh. No, shouldn't be biased. No biased commentary, Alison. Naughty.
Looks like yellow's going to shoot hard at the side of the hoop and hope to spit blue out, which it almost does, but instead rush peels blue.
Hurrah!
So 7-3.
One game all.
One game all, and we will have a
Here
decider.
We go. Josh is shaking his head. Why is he shaking his head? He's just did really well. Oh, I wish I could tell him how many people are supporting him.
138. 138? So it looks like we're having a quick start to the next game. Mohamed plays in first with yellow, and that looks a nice length. That's absolutely excellent first ball in. Couldn't really have placed that any better, and Josh will now have 2 attempts to clear that. In fact, they've started so quickly. There's a referee on the lawn wanting to hammer hoops, and he
Hasn't been able to.
He hasn't had time to, and has decided to stay on the lawn.
He's standing still.
He is. I think this is a bit odd, actually. I think he should probably let them get on with it. Instead,
No, he's going over to hammer the hoops.
He's going to hammer the hoops.
Yeah.
So we're having some hammering during the game now.
Josh has missed his first ball, by the way. He's missed the clearance. But he'll have another go in a minute. So Stephen Mulliner is over there somewhere. 3-1 to Stephen.
So Stephen's currently up in game 2.
Right, mustache, guys. I'm going to be back shortly, but I need to transfer some hoops from the boot of one car to the boot of another car. Back soon.
An excellent red played into slightly deeper hoop running position. So Josh will again try and clear yellow. Is it better to switch? Okay, right.
Okay, that's live now.
Are you playing the bowl? Right, so I've just switched headsets, so hopefully you can still hear me. Yellow runs hoop 1 well down towards hoop 2, and that's 1-0 to Mohamed. Blue plays in to hoop 2. And that's a bit of a mistake for Mohamed. Red coming past hoop 2 would have wanted to stop short to give himself a chance at the hoop. Again, black gets good position. So yellow now has a choice between clearing blue or going for the hoop, or getting a block. And he goes for the block. Mohamed's a very fast player, so I'm struggling to keep up with all the options, and he's already played the shot. No, it's great to watch. You know, obviously players should take as long as they need to get that shot right, but for spectators it's certainly nice when they get on with it. So it looks like blue is going to attempt the hoop, or perhaps is clearing yellow. So none of the above. That's the clearance on red, and trying to get the exact position red went off, because it'd be critical as to whether red has a shot at black. This looks like it's close, so I imagine he's got a partial ball to hit here. Again, this is where the power will come in, because if you can make any kind of connection, you should be able to send black out of hoop running range. And he's missed. The fence does its job very well to stop that spectator with a very fast ball towards him. So now Joshua will try and run hoop 2. Doesn't like something about his swing. Sometimes it just doesn't feel right, so very sensibly lines it up again. And runs a nice hoop. So, game all, 1-all. Yellow is played in first, but is short of the hoop. Not really putting much pressure on. Blue has taken deep position, but nice and straight. Red is now playing in. It was offside, but Josh elected to keep it there. And red has been a bit unfortunate there, because that has heeled on into the back of the hoop, but not run the hoop. So neither yellow or red in any kind of hoop running position Black just plays into a slightly angled hoop running position, and it looks like yellow has elected to clear black centre ball, leaving Josh a chance at the hoop. It'll be interesting to see exactly how he plays this with red being in the jaws. So he elects just to play a normal hoop stroke, which has sent red into the jaws of hoop 4 and kept blue very near the hoop. It's also in a strong position because black has been cleared to the boundary, but yellow didn't make the boundary. So red will want to be in good position to put some sort of pressure on here, and it looks like he's managed to avoid the hill this time and has got nice hoop running position. Black will clear yellow. And unfortunately doesn't quite get that one centre ball, so black has gone off a bit angled, but is still in the vicinity of the hoop. So I believe the situation with Stephen Mulliner is that he's 1 game up and 3-2 up in his match. Blue with an excellent centre ball clearance on red and manages to get itself to the boundary. Red elects to play in, but is overhit that by quite a way, and so is not in hoop running position. It's quite warm now, so perhaps these lawns are speeding up even more. Black with an attempt at the hoop. Was effectively a free shot there because both yellow and red are not really in danger of making the hoop. It'll be interesting to see whether yellow does try to take on this hoop, because although it's very angled, with enough power you could potentially bully this hoop. Instead, yellow opts to take very tight position, blocking blue's shot at the hoop. Blue will try and clear yellow. Which does well. Josh, the attempted clearance of red misses, and that will probably determine this hoop as blue looks to be wired from red. Yellow takes slightly deeper angled hoop running position in case blue is able to get anything on red. And hits the back of the hoop instead. So
game done. Yeah. 4-1 down, game done. Well, it's now 4-2 though. Game done.
so that is 2-1 to Mohamed. So news from some other lawns. Reg Bamford is game down and 4-2 down in the second game. So he could potentially be in some trouble to Nick Archer, who is certainly playing very, very well this week. Stephen Mulliner is 4-2 up in his game up. So Josh with a very good first ball into hoop 5 and will look to clear yellow. She does centre ball. Mohamed now has the choice of going for ball or hoop. I would imagine probably ball. It's hoop, but doesn't run it. So currently 3-2 in this one.
Reg is 2-4 down in first game. I did all of that.
The official scorers on this lawn just correcting the score because I think they had it 4-1. So black has had first ball down as it run the hoop, but it's behind hoop 6. Yellow has taken good hoop running position, which it looks like it could be wide from black. Blue pulls alongside it, and I imagine red will just feed another ball in here. So Josh will look at, he looks like he's lining up a shot. He'll be wanting to clear yellow to south boundary, leaving blue with the hoop shot. He gets a nice centre ball connection, and that has made it to the south boundary. So yellow now with a very long shot to clear blue.
Oh, look at that. Double taken it. It's an easy game. Great shot.
I can let you know Reg is now 4-3 down in his game. Oh, and that shot has hit into the wire of the hoop, spun round, and then hit the other wire. So not quite managed to run the hoop, and Josh will have a chance here to tie things up at 3 each. Which he does. So, as we go into the second half of this game, we stand at 3-all. Interesting option here. Mohamed, even though he had first ball to approach, has decided to promote yellow, and it hasn't ended up in front of the hoop. So Josh will get the first ball actually into hoop running position. Yellow is going to take tight position, and I imagine blue will opt to clear that. I can update you so that Mullen is now 5-2 up in game 2. That's a nice centre ball clearance on yellow. Blue will play in, trying to block the hoop from black. Hard to tell if the block has been successful. This looks like it may be an attempt at the hoop, or if he can't do that, he'll be wanting to clear red. And he gets the hoop. Excellent hoop. So 4-3 Josh. Yellow takes itself to nice hoop running position. I think a bit of an error there from Mohamed choosing to try and promote yellow instead of just taking first position at the hoop and then leaving Josh such a difficult but achievable hoop rather than trying to clear him to the boundary or corner. Anyway, at 8 we've got red coming in rather heavy. It's actually stopped perfectly. So Josh will probably want to clear red this time. The problem being that if he clears yellow, it may not be there. Ah, he does go for yellow, but only snicks it. Mullen is now 6-2 up. So the shot here looks like yellow will try and put blue into the corner. Tries to get it to a sort of wide position. It's unclear to me if he's slightly overcut that, and might be potential here for Josh to actually just hit red from through the hoop. Yes, Josh is not going to attempt that, and instead is going to effectively concede this hoop, giving himself almost halfway to hoop 9. I think that's sensible. So 4-all, we've got ourselves a very competitive match here. Yes, so JP has started well in his game and he's 4-1 up currently. Still 4-3 to Nick Archer. So black plays first ball into hoop 9. It was playing from somewhere near corner 2, and unfortunately for Josh that is not in front of the hoop. Hoop 9's a very important hoop to try and get in front of. Typically at this stage, if you can get good position at 9 and hope they miss clearances, you're running 9 and 10 to get that 6-4 lead that really puts the pressure on the opponent. Yellow has ended up in effectively where black would like to be. It's probably a little bit shallow because black will find it easy to clear that. So this time blue does take hoop running position, and again he's slightly overhit that, so I think neither blue or black have hoop running position at 9. Red again chooses to play in and played very close to blue. I imagine the shot there would have been to try and get the block on yellow, so stop black from clearing it, but again he's slightly overhit it. These lawns are playing much faster than the other venues we're at this tournament, and will probably only be speeding up a little bit in the sun. So Josh clears, but he's not really hit the side of the ball he'd want to. He's off the side boundary, whereas his opponent is on the south boundary, meaning he does still have a shot at the hoop, which it looks like he'll take on now. The other option would be to clear blue, leaving himself with a shorter shot with red if blue were not to come back and clear red itself. However, the big advantage of just running the hoop now is you don't even allow that possibility of your opponent hitting the return, so he's going to go for the hoop. Big shot. And he has failed the hoop. Josh, looks like he has the angle to get a hoop shot here, so just possibly trying to jaws it, or can he do better? And he's got that through. An excellent angled hoop there for the 6-5 lead. No, 5-4 lead, sorry. So it's currently 6-4 to Stephen in game 2. JP is up 4-2 in game 1. And Reg Bamford is down 5-3 in his second game against Nick Archer. And we believe he's also game down. So red with first approach into hoop 10 here, and it's played to good position. With blue stuck in the jaws, Josh is going to have to try and clear this turn, so black is lining up a clearance. And he's just missed that one. Yellow taking position, and again that's a little bit too hard, so it's a bit angled. Josh will have the shot through the hoop to try and clear red. Might even make the hoop. Nope, he's just gone past both. So red with the chance to even things up. And red fails the hoop. So that's the second hoop in a row that Mohamed has failed, and this could be very costly. Okay. So black will attempt to clear yellow. No, so I wasn't looking at that properly. He's clearing red. Yellow will look to play into position wide from blue, but able to run the hoop. It doesn't look terribly happy with that result, I've got to say, and I think blue has a sight of yellow, so he should be able to stop yellow away. It does. I think Joshua now has control of this hoop, all stemming from Mohamed's failed hoop shot, so I think we might have seen the momentum swing in this one. Red again going for the hoop, but it's not quite managing to get those to go through, just bouncing out yet again. Reg is now 5-4 down in game 2. So black choosing to take position which is wide from red. Presumably will also want to be in a position where yellow can't run the hoop. I think it's probably got the wiring from red but hasn't blocked the hoop. So I'd expect another attempt at the hoop here. And of course, if I call it that way, he'll hit the ball. So he does. Blue now with a chance to get into, perhaps into the jaws from this angle. Oh, and that's a good effort. Not quite in the jaws, but certainly in a position where it's runnable. However, red can see quite a lot of it. Yep, so that hoop's obviously had a few whacks at it, so we're going to try and firm it up here. So it is now 6-5 to Mulliner, so certainly looks like a comeback may be on in that one.
Reg is on the comeback in his game too. He was 5-3 down, now 5-4, and he's got ball in the jaws of 4-back.
So
No, he didn't get the ball back. So 6-4 down to Reg.
So Reg is now 6-4 down in game 2, meaning he is one hoop away from losing his place in this tournament. That would be quite the upset.
Are we? What is not working? I know it's yeah, I think it's so hard to see. It's a big distract. Switch to camera 1. I can watch it on the screen. Have a quick look. Yeah, wait till nothing important's happening. Let him play this shot first.
So black.
Switch now.
Oh, I think black was trying to just nudge blue into a better hoop running position, and has unfortunately ended up just behind the hoop. So yellow will play into deep position as well. I think blue is probably not got very many good options here. I don't think blue can run the hoop. I think potentially it can jaws, but the wires will be getting in the way of it trying to do any sort of clearance on red and yellow. He's just inspecting now to see what really his options are. So well, it's on this one.
I'm just going to put it back out.
No, it's this. Yeah. Okay, so the referee's just having a look at this one. So meanwhile, I can tell you that Stephen managed to win 7-5 in game 2, so he has progressed to the round of 16, where I believe he was expecting to meet Reg Bamford, who is in quite a tussle, currently 6-4 down in game 2, though from the looks of things currently in control at hoop 11. An excellent shot there, levels up this game. So 5-all in the third. Josh has first approach to hoop 11, and he's played a good approach right in front of the hoop. Yellow chooses to play in as well, and yellow is played into such a position that blocks black's hoop shot. Another good shot. I think Josh will have to elect to clear yellow now. Really wants to centre this ball. And it does exactly that. Great shot. And yellow's gone almost to the boundary. That's the speed this lawn's playing at. It's much more important to get these accurate clearances. So red now choosing to clear black, does so ferociously. Black's sitting on south boundary and red on the west boundary.
6-4. I'll keep updated with the reg game roster.
So JP now 5-2 up in his game.
No balls in it.
And black has played into position and just clipped the side of the wire, which is actually not a bad result because it's ended up quite straight in front of the hoop. And what I'm a bit surprised hasn't been checked is that right now blue is sitting in a position where it is blocking red's shot at black. In fact, neither player is going to notice that. But one potential strategy would have been just to leave blue where it was and try and run with black. Instead, blue elects to play into hoop running position. And so red will have a clearance on black, or an open clearance if he chooses to take it. I think instead he's going to take position, trying to get the block. And he's overhit that, so black now with a decision to make.
Red just got to hit this clearance to save the match.
I can let you know that in Reg Bamford's game, Nick Archer is sitting about a foot in front of hoop 11 and Reg is by the penalty spot, so he has to clear this, else you would expect that he will be out. Black plays an excellent snuggle on yellow. And Reg has missed. Nick Archer will have a 1 yard hoop to win against Reg Bamford. Nick runs the hoop and has beaten Reg Bamford 2-0. That's an absolutely fantastic result. He's been playing so well. I'm starting to wonder who will be playing with me in the bowl because Fulford and Bamford have decided, well, I don't know that Bamford won't play, but Fulford is not going to play. Nice. So, with that excellent snuggle, Blue now has the opportunity to run hoop 11, and he'll want to do this down to hoop 12 to give himself a huge chance to win this match. It's a good hoop. It's ended up just short of the peg. So 6-5.
Is yellow onside?
Yellow's onside. Yellow's
And a brilliant approach from red.
So yellow is onside and red has played into a very good position. Don't think it's going to be able to be cleared by black, so black will just take position. It's taking quite deep position there. And yellow will, I imagine, try and block the hoop from blue. I don't think yellow's managed to do that, so I suspect blue has an opportunity to run hoop 12 to win the match, or if it doesn't want to do that, can clear red. Obviously the downside to going for the hoop is if you miss, red is there with a fairly simple shot. However, it does win you the match, so I've got to say I would be tempted to go for the hoop in this scenario. He's hit yellow, and I'm guessing from his reaction that was not intended. So the advantage that he has is that if red were to win, black is in a nice position to take first approach to 13. Now we're just looking at where yellow is, make sure it has got some sort of view of 13. Hmm? So 6-all in the final game is going to go down to the wire, and Josh with the first approach, and I think he's played that absolutely brilliantly. That is a very, very nice shot under a lot of pressure, giving himself perhaps 2.5, 3-yard hoop, dead straight, and as far as I can tell, potentially hidden from red. Yellow certainly does have a chance to clear it. Josh just having a little look at what the hoop will look like. So yellow now with a really important clearance to make. And he's hit it hard, but I don't think accurately, and that's smashed into our shed. But importantly for Josh, has not connected. Oh, and that's been put on in the wrong spot in my opinion, but the players are happy with it, so I'll leave it there. Now, the question here, in my mind, would be blue could try and just block red's shot. The other alternative is to get a ball up to 13. Now, I think Josh is very sensibly going to put a ball up to 13. The advantage here being that even if you do get the clearance, you've at least got a second ball in contention. I can't tell if black and red are wired. So blue again is also in hoop running position. Right. Okay, so that makes sense. So apparently, so black is even better than I originally thought, as it is completely wired from red. So red will just have to try and take good position here. Wants to try and put Josh under some pressure. And unfortunately he's hit the back of the hoop. I think that is probably the end of his tournament. Josh now with what would normally be a simple hoop run, but obviously under the pressure will require a good shot. And he's run that fantastically. Well done, Josh. Winning 7-6 in game 3. I think we're just going to take a short lunch break now. And so we'll be back in 10-15 minutes. We've got some of the round of 16s just starting up for you.